Benny Johnson, Dave Ruben, and Tim Pool are being slandered by our government. That is the Biden administration colluding. I have a CNN article here. I actually did a different take on this, but now I'm clear on it. The Department of Justice is lying about Benny Johnson, Tim Pool. We'll break all this out in an article. Welcome to John Mike Keene. Just remember, all of this started with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, the most censorship-oriented people ever. Here's Kamala Harris's 2019 tweet. Look, let's be honest. Real Donald Trump's Twitter account should be suspended. That's what she said about a political opponent.
We will hold social media platforms accountable for the hate infiltrating their platforms because they have a responsibility to help fight against this threat to our democracy.
This is what all totalitarian dictators do. Kamala Harris has been outspoken and clear that she tends to be the most totalitarian dictator of all totalitarian dictators.
And if you profit off of hate, if you act as a megaphone for misinformation or cyber warfare, if you don't police your platforms, we are going to hold you accountable as a community.
That is, if you disagree with the government, you're going to jail. Here's the article over at CNN. The Department of Justice alleges Russia funded a U.S. media company called Tenet, for which some of the members of Tenet were David Ruben, Benny Johnson, and Tim Pool. The company linked to right-wing social media stars. Okay, that's the headline. Okay, Russia is just that Russia funded it, which is fine. You know, that's all totally legal. The goal of the operation, according to prosecutors, was to fuel pro-Russian narratives, in part by pushing content and news articles favoring Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump and others who the Kremlin deemed to be friendlier to its interests. Now, that's the part that's a lie, I believe. The idea that they wanted Republicans, that the Kremlin wanted Republicans to win, that's the part that the Biden-Kamala administration wants to get into your head. They're trying to push that Putin wants Trump. This is Russia, the conspiracy. When Putin has come out and said that he wants Kamala for whatever reason, I don't even care what the motive is. This is all just bullcrap because America has free speech. Everyone's allowed to do this. Among the commentators listed on Tenet's media website are right-wing personalities. Boo! Benny Johnson, Tim Pool, and Dave Ruben. All have released statements saying they were victims of the alleged Russian scheme, and they maintained editorial control of the content they created. That is, Russia did not influence their content. I can't say if it was or wasn't. I don't even care. I'm saying even if Russian did influence their content, it's not illegal. And then here's the Blaze Media. Glenn Beck fired Lauren Chen for being the head of this Tenet tie to Russia. Blaze Media on Thursday said it had fired Chen. Blaze TV, a subset of Glenn Beck-founded conservative outlet, has since taken down a page that previously promoted content Chen produced for the outlet, including her show, Pseudo-Intellectual. Quote, Lauren Chen was an independent contractor whose contract has been terminated. Tyler Carden, the chief executive of Blaze Media, said on CNN, the news was first reported by Semaphore. Now, here's the other news. YouTube has removed Tenet's Media's channel, and others associated with Chen, a YouTube spokesperson, said on a statement on Thursday. I believe it's part of YouTube's terms and services, by the way, that you have to say if you're doing paid content, and you have to check a little box. So this is entirely possible that YouTube did something legal. Tim Pool and everybody could have done something legal, and then YouTube could have taken it down because they're being legal. Here's Benny Johnson, quote, we're disturbed by the allegations in today's indictment, which make clear that myself and other influencers were victims of this alleged scheme, Johnson wrote in a post on X. And then here's Tim Pool. Should these allegations prove true, I, as well as the other personalities and commentators, were deceived and victims The show is produced entirely by our staff. Fair enough. In a statement also posted by Ruben wrote, these allegations clearly show that I and other commentators were victims. He's adding down there at the bottom, the DOJ has never contacted me regarding this matter and I have no intention to comment further. The DOJ's revealing of the alleged Russian plot was part of a wider set of actions. The Biden administration, that's all you guys need to know, guys. Biden did this, announced Wednesday. It was taking to tackle a major Russian government-backed effort to influence the 2024 presidential election. Guys, this influenced nothing. These guys being pro-Trump is what they say Russia was trying to influence. I'm pro-Trump, and I'm not getting paid. So even if you're getting paid to be pro-Trump, that's your First Amendment right in America. At Russian President Vladimir Putin's direction, this is such bullcrap, guys. I can't even read it. It's fake. This is fake news. 3 Russian companies used fake profiles to promote false narratives on social media. U.S. Department Attorney General Lisa Monaco, one of the biggest liars there are.
His deputy is Lisa Monaco, who is one of the Russian collusion hoaxsters. She's the one who announced in December of 2016 the intelligence community was going to perform an analysis into the Russian interference in the 2016 election. She announced it. She is now the deputy attorney general. She is almost primarily responsible for weaponizing this department against Trump and his supporters and his associates.
So here I have to try and report on news that a known liar has said, and that Biden and Harris have said, even though we know Biden isn't even speaking these sentences. He can't speak. He can't talk. He doesn't know what he is, but I'm supposed to tell you, this is Biden and his FBI. This is all from an FBI affidavit down here at the end. We know the FBI has lied, so they're liars. So who do I trust, Benny Johnson or known liars like the Biden administration, the U.S. Department Attorney General Lisa Monaco, or the FBI? All of them liars. Taken together, the indictment of the RT, the Russian employees, the actions represent the Biden administration's most significant public response yet to alleged Russian influence operations targeting American voters. This is bullshit. This is bull crap. 100%. Remember, this is Kamala Harris.
Because here we have Donald Trump, who has 65 million Twitter followers and is using that platform as the president of the United States. And he and his account should be taken down.
She wants the speech, the whole platform of Trump taken down to a political opponent. Guys, that's worse than Russia. That's worse than Russia paying Tenet employees to do puff pieces on Trump. It's worth. Kamala Harris has already done it to a political opponent. She's the most totalitarian dictator there is. Warren's sitting there waving, glad to do the same.
And this is a matter of corporate responsibility. Twitter should be held accountable and shut down that site. It is a matter of safety and corporate accountability.
You should be held accountable, Kamala, by losing this election, by anyone who's remotely pro-Constitution or pro-American. If they vote for you, they're crazy.
This is what I love about being elected, because basically you don't have to ask anybody permission. That he frankly his Twitter account should be suspended. And so the privilege of using those words in that way should probably be taken from him. He has lost his privileges and it should be taken down. And
yeah, free speech is not a privilege, you moron. Free speech is a right.
They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation. And that has to stop.
Free speech does not need your oversight or regulation before it's legal, robust, and American.
I know you wrote to Twitter and the CEO, Jack Dorsey, and asked him to take away the president's Twitter handle.
Donald Trump has clearly violated the terms of use.
This is what they all do. Look, here's Elon Musk. Kamala Harris wants to destroy your right to free speech under the Constitution. That is true. A little more information on that going after Benny Johnson. They're using the FARA Act. That's the Foreign Agents Registration Act. Very rare in the last 60 years. to ever use something like that. I just want you to notice this same Department of Justice did not demand that Hunter Biden register himself as a foreign agent. They never asked that Blue Star Strategies, Hunter Biden's company, that had ties to the Democrat Party and Burisma, never asked it to register as a foreign agent, but they go after Ruben, Benny Johnson, and Tim Pool. This is all politics, guys. The First Amendment, the limiter is on what Congress can do about speech. That's why Kamala Harris is the bigger infraction than Benny Johnson, Dave Ruben, and Tim Pool. What Kamala Harris has already said should be done about Trump's Twitter account ought to terrify you. And we had to spread this everywhere across the internet instead of allowing the Department of Justice do this misinformation against the First Amendment. The point is to harm Benny Johnson, Dave Ruben, and Tim Pool by your government. And that is evil of the Department of Justice. Evil of Kamala Harris, disqualifies her as a president, in my view. I'm John Mike Kane.